Hey, what's up, everyone? I figured, in light of, you know, the ninth, uh, Fast and the Furious, finally getting a theatrical release, which was initially supposed to come out last year, but because of the pandemic, it got pushed back to this year. But in a sense, it's kind of a good thing, only because this year also happens to be the 20th anniversary of the original Fast and the Furious movie, and also uh, you know, the 10th anniversary of Fast Five, sorry, and of course the 15th anniversary of Tokyo Drift. So anyway, I figured, uh, in light of the 20th anniversary of the Fast and the Furious, I figured it'd be interesting to see, if the film still holds up, 20 years later. And of course, as many people may know already, this was the movie that introduced the legendary characters of Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, and Brian O'Connor, of course, played by the late Paul Walker. Well, anyway, uh, for those that I guess are already familiar with the story of the Fast and the Furious, it follows Dom Toretto, who's a, I could say, who gets involved in like illegal street racing and things like that. And then, of course, Brian, who started as like an undercover cop who was investigating Dom, but uh, falls in love with Dom's younger sister, Mia. And then, of course, it also introduces Dominic's love interest, Letty, played by Michelle Rodriguez, and also John Rule also has a cameo as a fellow street race driver named Edwin. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see how the Fast and the Furious franchise evolved over the last 20 years. How it initially started out as like a street racing type movie, and then kind of evolved into like you would say like the action caper type franchise that kind of found its rhythm in a sense with Fast Five. So I mean, it's just interesting that I mean how, like, say, it also evolved the characters of Dom and Brian, who of course started out as rivals, and then almost they become like an unlikely, family and a bunch of misfits, you would say. I guess if that makes any particular sense. I mean, is it my favorite film in the Fast and the Furious franchise? No, but like I said, it starts the foundation to how the franchise progresses into something much more interesting, I guess, if that's the best way to say it. I mean, even though it gets a little bit over the top later on, but that's why people love him, because of the action scenes, the cars, the scenery, and the family dynamic, if that's one particular way of looking at it. And that's pretty much it. So I guess when the ninth Fast and Furious movie comes out, I'll give a special review to that one too. All right, everyone. Thanks again.